Welcome everybody to Top Individuals. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
run it up,
go.
boys. Let's run it up.
How are we all today?
Yeah, mate, not too bad, not too bad.
Good. I'm good. How's chat going?
How are we, chat? Let's get a let's
So I wanna know.
go.
That's the important people. The chat.
Oh, hello, mate.
Gentlemen, Mike Oxlog.
Yes. Hudson.
Oh, we got a let's go.
Yes.
Unreal.
Unreal.
I love it. I love it.
Unreal.
Oh,
Mate, everyone's on the unreal status now. And remember, we were on the deluxe status.
Oh, no.
Now we're on the unreal status.
yeah, that's true. We're going unreal. Sorry.
Alex's mic is currently still at 1%. It's not bad, it's not bad.
What do you mean?
The donation bar for you.
Oh,
For
I
your
thought you
mic.
meant my volume.
For guys
Yeah.
that working from home a lot.
It's a blessing,
Yeah,
Hudson.
baby.
It's nice to have you here.
So are we, mate. This is all work.
Yeah, I don't know about
Everything you see is a tax write-off.
I hope so. I'll buy a new mic then.
that. Yeah, look, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, mate, we'll make it happen. Don't
I
you worry.
might be able to write off a mic. I've been sort of toying with the idea, considering my profession.
You got a business, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got an ABN for media. I would use it for this and media, but anyway, I'll work it out. Let's not discuss
Yeah,
my
just-
tax
just-
fraud.
fraud.
Make sure you don't tell the government
Yeah,
first.
yeah. Let's talk about this privately in our Patreon. Oh God.
Anyway, as you can see, we got the big old Jake back.
Mhm.
Hello. How was it? How was Salah? How did you do?
Salah was
It's
excellent.
Salah.
Oh, you made the emphasis. I'm sure he loved that. Or just Sal, guys. Just Sal.
Yeah, just
Um,
let's just shit on Sour because I know he's watching.
I'm surprised chat's not going. Where's the Arab guy? Bring him back.
Where's the Arab guy? Is that what I was saying in chat?
No, that'd be hilarious.
It would
But,
be pretty funny. No, he was good.
No, he was actually really good. It was quite enjoyable to have him on. It's nice to have a different
Anthony.
perspective every now and then. I like having new people on. So
I hate people. We're the top individuals. Don't you forget it, mate.
we just
the
I just want to
only top
increase the
individuals.
amount of top individuals.
Man, last week was 2.5 men.
As long as I get to be Alan.
Yeah, what are you guys can decide who is right?
I'm
We,
Alan.
we should get that picture up.
Oh,
Maybe share it on the Instagram.
I
or
don't
something.
know
Oh, definitely.
if I can bring it up. I don't even have it on Instagram. I think it's on like my Google Drive maybe, or
You'll find it. Pull it up.
We'll find it for next week.
yeah, alright. I mean, I can show it on my phone, but you know how my phone is.
Nah. You
Nah,
can just be
it's
chucked
that.
on the Insta after.
I'll tell you what, I'll
Upload
chuck it
the
on the
link.
Discord, which is now live. So anyone who wishes to join, I'll post a little.
Oh, you actually set this up.
Yeah, I've set it up now.
I was been meaning to ask about it.
For the
but
most
okay,
part,
there
yeah.
you go, guys. So, Hudson,
If I can
everyone join
remember,
in.
invite
If
people.
he knows how to fucking work it out.
That's
He's showing everyone's name.
Who's all my friends?
Fuck, edit it.
How do I
Edit it
actually
out.
get the link? There's a way you can get a link. I don't know. I'll work it out.
Yeah, good to see you prepared for the situation.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Doesn't matter. I'll send out the
as
end of the
I-
stream.
as I understood, you went away, Jake, for business.
Yep, went to
Thanks, mate.
not far. Went to Melbourne for Monday to Friday, basically for work. Team, flew me down and shit. So it's very, very happy, very lucky to be there. Very spoiled.
Unreal.
Very insightful experience, or was it more of just a spoiling experience?
Bit of both, really. Definitely insightful, and like going in there because most of my team, and even my previous team, are like Melbourne-based and stuff, and colleagues that aren't in the same team that all work there. That's where the head office is. That's where it's based out of. So to actually go there for a few days, and like I was just in the office every day, and just to meet different people and stuff, and get a scope of what it's like was really cool. I was really happy to be there.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. I like it. It's a very, very big building.
Was there a lot of young people there?
Yeah, there was that. Yeah, it's they're like young, but like at the point where it's kind of like you can't tell if they're like our age, 24, 25, or if they're like
Right,
a
or
good looking 30,
30,
32. Yeah,
yeah.
like it starts to really blend because everyone's dressed for the most part, everyone's dressed nice. There is IT, and they dress down a little bit, but that's to
So
be
there
expected.
isn't uniform. Is there uniforms or not?
No.
Yeah,
You dress for your day, basically.
you dress for your day.
Yeah, so it's like we don't do casual Fridays because you just dress for whatever meetings you may or may not have. And
Nah,
do
mate,
do
you're
your
doing
thing.
casual Tuesday
I
nights.
swear, like
Getting dressed up for
casual
that.
Tuesday nights. I
Swear
swear,
what?
like every business does like a casual wear.
It's normally Friday, and I think part of it is so that way you can sort of like really just sort of be comfortable on your last day. Then because often Fridays is when you're going out somewhere after the fact. Like that's where you might go out with the team for a few drinks before you head home, or meet up with friends in town and shit. So if you're just already got the clothes that you want to wear out, it makes that a nice smooth transition.
Yeah,
But it's not every business does it, but it all depends on the environment.
I've just got a casual day every day, mate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, lucky you, mate.
Yeah,
You
that's
get it.
one word for it.
But no, I stayed in the city for that period in time. I was right next to like Flinders Street Station, so getting to work wasn't too hard. But
do any tourist things?
nothing touristy. Like I walked around and like ate out every night, sort of deal. But it's really
been
just
there
me
heaps
sort
of times, haven't you?
exploring. Yeah, quite a few times. I've knocked most of the touristy stuff out the park anyway. It's more just been trying to get a feel for what the city would be like on those different nights, and like places are just busy there. Like even like Monday night and Tuesday night, it's just always just popping. Like obviously they died down a bit earlier, but like went out Richmond Wednesday night, and just the street was packed. And I'm like, this is normal. I'm like, all right, I guess it's normal.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Yeah, I haven't been there in a while. I reckon last time I went was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Well,
I want to go back there at some point, but
yeah, I'm very keen to go back. So
I think I can't remember if I went to Sydney last or Melbourne. One of the two.
Did Melbourne last before this one, before COVID. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. What do you like better, Melbourne or Sydney?
Probably Melbourne. Melbourne makes more sense. I feel like sometimes if you really are just going for a few days, I think Sydney offers a little bit more to do in terms of like real touristy shit. But like Melbourne has enough itself, and definitely just enjoyable when it's in its own right, and there's heaps stuff to do.
What about you, Alex? What
about
prefer?
me?
You've been both?
I've been both, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't really spent that much time in either. Like, whenever I go away on the holidays, yeah. No, it's usually like I've been to Queensland a lot. I've done surfers quite a lot, and like I don't know. I find Melbourne and Sydney to me very similar, but
They're very similar.
In my experience, what I've found Melbourne. I don't know. I really like the food there. Food's good. That's a big part of it for me. I don't know. And they got good coffees.
Yeah.
They got good coffees everywhere.
They have a lot of those like alleyway, those like alleyway restaurant streets in Melbourne.
Yeah.
They got really good bar streets, cafe streets. Just sort of like looks like it should be a construction area or something like that. You go down to some of the best food you'll ever eat.
I really want to go to Perth or Canberra.
Perth is nice, bro.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. My parents went, and they said it was just like big and new. Like everything's kind of new.
It's as if they redid Adelaide, bro. Legitimately.
Yeah, well, I have a friend down from WA, and she was just saying like, "Why are these roads here in Adelaide so shit?" And I was like, "Adelaide's old. Like, it's just especially from our side, like some of the other side of the city's like a bit more developed."
Our roads are like. They are the worst. They're fucking shit. You cannot buy a nice car here and like expect your fucking alignment to stay.
I mean, we don't buy toll. We don't pay for tolls and stuff.
I mean, that's a plus, yeah.
Not like I said, not to say that we should, but that's
taxes are pretty high though.
Yeah, I guess they are. But...
Well, when compared to other countries, I think we pay.
Yeah, true.
We're up there with other like highest countries paying tax. Highest paying
so fix the roads. Can't fucking.
Oh, I got good healthcare. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean that's a plus. Yeah, I'd rather be alive than have awesome roads.
I'd rather be alive than not.
Rather be alive than not alive.
Speaking about healthcare, do you reckon private health insurance is a scam?
I don't think it's a
Well,
scam.
not a scam, but like,
I think it's the same as fucking like buying insurance. Like, yeah, it's kind of a rip-off, but you kind of need it in some instances.
I would consider it more valid insurance than some others that people get.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright, so how many times have you like have you used it often?
No, but also like you're talking to two guys, like a bunch of guys under 25. We've had to use it. Like,
Okay, well that's my point. Like, at what age do you think it? Like, for me, I'd say if you're like in your 40s or 50s, that's when you start getting it. Or when you start having health issues, you pick it up. But if you're in your 20s and you know you're trying to get on with life, I feel like it's just not necessary unless you have existing health issues.
Yeah.
I'm also not well versed enough. I don't know if it's like the fact that I'm 25 makes it, if I was to apply for it, it'd be dirt cheap because I'm such a low risk versus 30,
I think it
40.
is. I don't know. My private health went
similar.
up recently, and it could be because I've been on it for a while. But
You're paying private health?
Yeah, I'll pay for it.
20s, it's a waste of money.
Nah, man.
Said, good old Mike coming through.
I get to go to the dentist for free.
You can go with Boomer, mate.
That's once a year.
Yeah, I know. That's dog shit.
Like,
I only pay for it because it's like, well, I don't. Right now, I'm not paying rent. I'm not paying fucking any bills or anything. I'm just like, I may as well like. I mean, it's nice to save it, but at least now I'm safe in a way. I'll probably stop as soon as I move out.
Imagine getting hit by a bus. You're like, but I have my card. It's private health insurance. You can't hit me.
You can't fix me, please.
What's the point?
But like, because my brother moved out, and he's just like, he doesn't have it, but his fiance has it. But he's just like, I'm fucking saving so much fucking money. You know, it's like what, you know, upwards of $5,000 a year.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, but like, I don't even go to like a chiropractor or anything though. I mean, chiropractors are literally a scam. Like,
yeah, more or less.
They're mostly a scam. Most of the first stuff you get out of a chiro, but you can just go to a physio for.
Yeah, the physio does the exact same. They actually do the exact same manipulations. Well, depending if they're trained or not, but.
But I don't go to any of that. I don't need to see someone for any, like you said, I don't have an ongoing condition or anything. Like, I'm of pretty good health. And also, I just ignore all my health problems anyway. So, like... That's
the best way, Matt.
What does it matter?
Oh, my cock stinks, but I'll leave it for a while, see how it goes.
Piss hot for a week.
She'll be alright, we'll fucking sort it out.
I know what 3 of these rashes are from. Not sure about the other 2.
Bit of bar soap.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Put
just
money
checking.
on one side if you don't use it. Spend it on holiday. That's a good way to do it. That's a good way to do it.
I'm definitely not paying for private health anymore. I'm just checking my bank statement. I was like, you know what? This hasn't come out in a while. I'm pretty sure I left. There was something they asked me. I was like, I must not have answered the question. I was like, it's not. I'm not paying for it anymore.
Like tomorrow, he just fucking snaps his leg.
Well, I got public health.
So you have been coming for 4 years. 4 years.
It's working for me right now, mate. I'm drinking plenty of water.
Water's the key, mate. Water is the key.
Water is key.
Actually, what is... I don't know if this counts irrational or rational. This isn't even like the question of the week that I have in my head. But, like, what are your biggest fears? And you can say rational, you can say irrational. Because speaking of water, like, my biggest one, constantly in the back of my mind, is getting a kidney stone.
Yeah?
Like, I am definitely afraid of getting a kidney stone. Just because I've heard the amount of pain it is to sort of piss one through. Like, it makes grown men cry. Like, brings them to tears just through pain. Some pass out. Sometimes it's not always not big enough to operate on. That's like the sole reason I drink the sole. Yes, it's in the back of my mind. If I'm like, haven't had much water today, don't worry about it. And then some part of my brain goes, this is the day you get a kidney stone. I'm out there just sculling a liter of water at like 2 a.m. to feel better.
I know, like, some people can't even, like, in extreme cases, some people can't actually piss them out either. Like, you actually
no.
That's the point of it.
It's all about the size. It's all about the size.
Because I know, like, my dad, for example, had like 2 of them, literally the size of golf balls, like that big. Like,
Oh,
He was in pain for months, man.
Me and my dad should meet. Me and your dad should meet up. And fucking both had 2.
Just chuck their balls at each other.
My dad's only had 1, and it was just too small to operate on, so he had to do it the painful way.
Poor bloke.
So
Well,
don't envy
that's
that.
better, right? That's better.
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean,
like...
at the time of the pain, I'm pretty sure he would have been like, just operate on me. I don't want to go through this.
Like then, yeah. But still, if you operate, you go through like days or a day or 2 of fucking sitting around and.
He's got private health. He would have been fine. He would have been at the nice suite. He would have had the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Just drink healthy. Stop drinking fucking bullshit. Like,
sounds like an attack for me, but I literally just drink water, so I know it's not.
like I'm sure every tradies are the fucking same, but like some of the guys I work with, they just drink. You know, they literally just drink a soft drink.
It's the tradies' breakfast.
And
get a pie, get a softie or a mother.
Like red eyes in the morning. One guy drinks 2 dares a day. That's all he fucking has.
That's fucked. Like I want to know. I actually want to know, like really badly, how much bad shit can you eat without you actually like cutting like 10 years off your life, or like 20 or whatever. Like I want to actually know what it is, because like, you know how some days you're like, oh yeah, had KFC last night, might just have it again tonight. Like how many times in a row do you have to have KFC for it to be like, all right, your body is fucked?
You're the closest to finding out of us.
I am the closest to finding out. No, I haven't. Honestly, I have not eaten that much KFC lately.
No, but like KFC so long.
Yeah, no, you make a good point though, because one of the things I think of is, you know, when you hear about what tradies like eat and drink, and you're like, oh, but you know, they burn it off. You know what I mean? Because they do an entire day. That's why they need it. They need that energy. They need those calories. But then there's also like, there's shit in red eye and dare and that like, you know, you can't just burn that off. That's some sort of weird preservative that's just your body's like, yeah, we're processing this, but we probably shouldn't be.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, like the preservatives and like, you know, things like sugar and shit. Like, I mean, sugar, yeah, you can burn it okay sometimes, but it fucks you up in other ways. And like, I don't know. I don't think I know enough about nutrition to sort of comment on that, but
neither.
It's just hard to know like what's actually good for you and how much things can affect you if you know, like if you eat one thing every single day and it's the same shit, like I feel like that's just as bad as eating lots of different bad shit. But I feel like you're missing out on vitamins and shit, you know?
Fuck, you put it, mate. Write that one down.
Yeah.
That one will sell.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That one will sell.
You know do you guys have any irrational fear similar to what I have with kidney stones?
Do you mean like health fear or just fears in general?
I think fears in general, but like, you know, there's certain fears that just make complete sense. Like, you know, like to say that you have a fear of height doesn't really, it feels different to, which I also to some extent have, is different to kidney stone. No, I get head spins and shit.
Well, those make, okay, yeah.
I mean, I used to be, like, almost like deathly afraid of like germs and viruses and shit. Where like when I was a kid, because I had OCD.
That's literally phobia.
Yeah. I like whenever I'd touch something, I'd be like in my head, I'd be like, oh, fuck, there might have been germs on that. Better wash my hands. And I ended up like my hands like just like at the end of every day, just like bleeding because of how much I was washing them. So I mean, I don't know if I have any sort of fears like that anymore, but it was pretty intense.
Take a shit on your bed and see how you react.
Oh, right now, mate, I could live in fucking filth. I'm all good.
Like whenever I eat something, I feel like, oh, you know, there might be bacteria or that stuff. And I'm like, it builds the immune system up.
That's the thing. It kind of does, but you know.
So everyone says, but I don't think I've ever fucking looked it up or asked a professional whether it does or not.
I think
surely it does.
I'm sure it would.
It's not so much like eating stuff. It's about like how like clean people who like over clean and stuff.
Oh yeah.
End up like never really getting any like sort of germs or particles in or around them, and then they just end up like their immune system's never fought anything in its life, so they get sick easier. Is all it is. To say that makes them less healthy, I'm not sure. But it's just more of their body, when they do get something, when they come across something, some people who might not get sick, like they would definitely get sick.
Bit of a balancing act, really.
I know clean freaks who get sick and it's purely because they're absolute clean freaks.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You can't avoid a lot of it, and like I don't know. I find like myself, like I was definitely a lot more like I used to get sick quite often as a kid, and now like I don't really get sick at all. Like it's whatever. But I don't know.
For me, it's
What do I
been
know, mate?
fucking, like, it's weird. Like needles for me just keeps putting me on and off. Like even as a kid, like I wasn't too bad with them. I just fucking like whatever. Because I went away to go to Thailand, so I had to have like fucking 10 jabs, and also
Yeah.
that year was like like when at school how you get all your immunity shots. So I was just getting jabs left, right, and center. That year, I was just like, at the end of it, I was like, yeah, we're fucking good to go. Usually, I was like, chuck me up on the fuck, like, let me just put my legs up in case I fucking feel shit. But
I used to absolutely hate needles with a passion.
yeah,
and then as an adult, I was like, this needs to happen. This is the only way of getting it. So I guess I'll go through this.
And then it just gets worse and worse. I feel like I can be okay. Like I just gotta get out. Like I don't know.
You really push through to be okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. Because sometimes I watch it and I'm like, oh, like that's fine. Other times I'll watch it on a TV show, but I can't watch it. It's just weird. And I can watch. I've seen some fucked up shit. Like I'll watch people get murdered, or on like, Reddit, wherever you can find it. I've watched open heart surgeries, and people don't like watching that shit. But
I know what you mean. I can watch a supernatural show and have some like gorilla rip a human in half from like the legs split across, and then 2 seconds later, like this guy's injecting heroin. I'm like, oh, don't show me that. I want to see the needle go in.
Just watching like them like wrap their arm, let the vein pop out.
Yeah, that makes me so uncomfortable.
I don't know. Like it's especially like getting blood. Like I don't know. I feel like it's something like I can get over. I just have to like start opening myself up to it. I have to look into it. Start watching shit.
Yeah, I had pneumonia when I was young. I don't know how old I was, 10 or 12, some shit. And yeah, so when I was at the hospital for however many days, I had to get like an injection like 3 times a day. And they just checking like blood work and shit just to see what was going on. But being like so sick as a kid and so weak, and they're like, "Yep, we need another injection." And I was like, "I don't do it. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. Please take this from me. Please take this from me."
I remember seeing like on the news, like they had this new one where it was like the press, like you just press it and it just like does that.
Jabs in.
Yeah.
Kind of like what insulin does.
Insulin, yeah.
Like a pen, yeah. And I was like, that's fucking sick. Just fucking do it myself.
Do yourself, Mr. Vein.
But it was funny. I remember like I went to go visit my nonna, and like I was like, yeah, whatever. I just rocked up. Everything was like literally was fine. And then for some reason, like I just saw her, like she was just in bed, and I was just like, I just started feeling dizzy, and I was like, I'm about to fucking faint. And I start like getting down to the floor because I was like, I'm not fucking falling. And that was probably the worst idea because I ended up just going head first in the fucking floor. And like I knew, like I don't know if you guys ever fainted before, but it's a weirdest.
I've never have, I don't think, or not consciously aware of having fainted.
Because you get this massive head rush of blood to your head when you wake up, and it's like you have this weird, like you have this like almost incredible fucking dream where like shit's just going on in your head, and then you just like as soon as like the millisecond I wake up, I knew I fainted. I was like, I woke up and I was actually like, everyone, I'm fine. Everyone back off. Like it's all good. Obviously, like I was like, let me just lie here for a couple fucking minutes, seconds, whatever it is. And all these nurses, I mean, it was in the hospital. All these nurses just running at me, like fucking taking my blood pressure. And it was low as fuck. I was like, no shit, it's low. I just fucking fainted. Like, my blood pressure's going to be low. She's like, oh, you need a blood test. I was like, she's fucking about to put a needle in my arm. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm not giving you permission to take my blood. I'm fine. Like, I faint, like, my blood pressure's low. I was like, please give me 5 minutes. Give me a fucking cup of water. They're like, all right, come back in 5 minutes. And they're like, oh, your blood pressure's perfect. I was like, yeah, I know. Like, it's like, oh, we need a checkup. I was like, are you fucking... So they put me in a fucking bed wheel me down to fucking ER, whatever the fuck it is, like. And I waited there for about 2 hours for this dickhead to fucking come and like, yeah, you look alright. I was like, I should have just given him a fake name and just fucking walked off.
And ever since he cancelled his private health cover, he didn't help him one bit. What are we paying for?
Yeah, didn't help me fucking
Jesus.
at all.
Now I remember in primary school there being a game or a way to make yourself faint.
Yeah,
Everyone
there was
fucking
something about,
right.
I think your wrist
You
or
had to,
something.
you had to like
Everyone just
hyperventilate. You had to
Yeah.
yeah. And I remember they were like, "Oh, do you want me to show you how to do it?" And I was like, "I don't really want to." I watched like 4 people faint in front of me. I'm like, "That looks." Like somehow 8-year-old me was like, "That's how you come up with brain damage."
Yeah.
Everyone's just fainting like left, right, and centre.
I'm like, I'm the one guy who's going to do that and not wake up, so I'm not going to try this.
Nah, no way, man. I don't think I've ever fainted today.
Kids are stupid.
I've fainted 3 times, I think.
Jeez.
Once was in primary school, year 7. I fainted on a girl. Like,
Smooth. That's how you do it. That's the move. That's the play.
we were taking our pulses, and it made me feel hell queasy. I never did it before. And I was just taking my pulse, and I just felt hell queasy. I was like, this doesn't feel
It can
right.
be a weird sensation the first time you
And I
do
was
it
like,
to
yeah.
sort of be aware blood's flowing through you.
Yeah, and I remember I just passed down to this girl. I got out of school, so I was like, whatever.
Did you kill it?
Nah.
Ah,
She's
that's all right.
living in Melbourne right now, I think.
Ah, she's close.
Yeah. And then the next time was like was at a fucking health what do you call it? Like it was somebody came out from the hospital to talk about immunizations.
Mm.
And I just fucking passed out. And no one did really know because I was in a seat. I was just kind of my head was back. And the guy behind me was like, "You're alright?" And I just wasn't responding. You know, I was like,
Jesus.
I woke up. I was like, "I'm fucking alright," but yeah, it's pretty funny.
Man, you just like woke up to a detention slip for not paying attention.
Oh, it's just
Passed
kind of
out.
embarrassing. Like it was just embarrassing. I was just like, oh, actually, I didn't really care. I
I don't think anyone sees someone faint goes, "What a loser!"
Yeah.
can't even stay conscious.
I got out of school again, so it was like whatever. I go home, relax.
Did you ever go to school, mate?
Never. I was always late to school.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Always fucking late.
You guys
8:30
ever-
I'd be there.
Do you guys ever like act up how sick you were while at school, and your parent would come pick you up, and then you'd be like, "Oh, I'm definitely sick." And as soon as you got in the car, they're like, "You're not sick, are you?" And I'm like, it was too late to take you back into class because you've done the whole shtick in front of the nurse.
I
Or
wanna
was it
say
just me?
no.
Was I the only one who's done this? I think I've done this with my dad and my mum. I was like,
I want to say
it's
no,
ain't
but I
good.
reckon I've done it before. Or maybe in primary. I don't know about high school.
Both times the jig was up the road my parents saw me.
They
You've
just
come this
know.
far.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember one time I couldn't be fucked going to school, so I just hopped on my parents' computer. I was like, all right, let me just find the vice principal's email. Found that. Dear
That's
blah
great.
blah blah. Daniel will not be in today. He's not feeling well. Whatever. Regards. Blah blah blah. And they just replied back, "No worries. Thanks for letting us know."
That's
Didn't
crazy.
rock up. Just didn't rock up.
Jesus.
No questions were asked.
Half the time I would do it though as a kid, it was like I would get random anxiety attacks, and then like the nurses and that weren't always really like aware of what was going on. But if I had an attack, even after calming down, I'd still feel really uncomfortable for the rest of the day.
Mm.
So if that happened, like my dad would like tell straight away. He's like, "Nah, it's alright, take your own, whatever." And then sometimes it was just like, "Nah, I just have a headache, can't be asked." But I've had one time where I was like sitting in class, and it was like year 12. I get a text. It's like, "How come you're not at school?" And I was just like, "I'm definitely at school right now." Like, I got this text saying you're not, and I was like, I think I can't remember if I sent a photo of my whiteboard or something, just being like, "Yeah, here." Sometimes that school was terrible.
I
Were you
used to
guys
get a
good
lot of it.
students as in high school?
Not
I think
naughty.
that was so
like,
bad. Yeah, but even like at primary school and that as well. Like, I think primary school is the one where it's like, were you a naughty student? Were you a good student?
Yeah. Look at me, mate. Of course.
I was definitely. It was weird actually because I used to get in trouble a lot for fighting.
Yeah. all those germs, mate. He was fighting all the germs.
He's just fighting germs.
Back off! Back
It's on your, it's on your cheek, mate. He's just like covered with it.
People
Nah.
spitting on him.
No, I don't know. I used to just, I don't know, really like fighting. I don't know. I think I just watched used to play a lot of Tekken. I was like, yeah, I could do this.
In like year 4, year 5, I can't remember what year it was, but yeah, I was with a friend group, and we were always fighting. And then like we spent like, I want to say almost the entire year in lunchroom detention.
Yep.
It was just like 4 or 5 of us. Get your canteen meal sent there. You just sit with one of the teachers who's got you for lunch duty, and then it'd be like a 6-week sentence. You're like, yeah, cool. You go out, and the first day free, you just beat each other up.
Someone up again. Yep.
Back in.
I did have a few stints like that where I'd just be in and out of it quite frequently.
So funny.
They never sort of, I guess, really put on the discipline too much on me though, because I was like the star student for some reason in primary school. It was really
he
weird.
says that now.
Here we go. Yeah.
Nah, but it was very weird.
Cool. I was the top student.
Nah, it was just like every class, like, because I was such like almost like a suck up to all the teachers, and like, because I also always did my work, but there was a reason I'd always do my work like really quick, and that was because like I wanted to get it done, so I could just not do anything for the rest of the lesson and not have any homework, so I could just go home and not worry about it, just have everything done.
How adult of you?
Yeah, and then as soon as I went to high school, that all went out the window.
What a loser! What a loser!
Yeah, whatever.
Who's a little good boy?
Nah, I was pretty good. Like, obviously, you have your little tussles here and there, but
I had an attitude problem in primary school.
Still have it, mate.
I got better at it.
I'm giving you a detention.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad in middle school, in primary school, and then in middle school it was better. I still got some detentions every now and again, but I think that's like class mischief. Like, just you got sent out to not be a distraction, not like an actual punishment.
Yeah, I remember getting sent out, but just for dumb shit. Like I
Like
remember
being the 5th person who spoke, even though someone's been going on.
I remember like the guy, like even the guy behind me. Like, I was just like on the back of my neck. I was just doing this, and this teacher was just an arsehole. She just sent me out in class and gave me detention. I was like, just joking around. Another time, I like threw a fucking calculator across a table, like just because he asked for it. I was like, we just slide it across. Yeah, same teacher sent me out. She just did not like me.
We had a soc teacher who was known for yelling at times. He was a bit of a bigger dude. And this is like year 9. And someone in our class, he came to our home group for it.
Year 9 soc teacher, let me think.
Yeah, he's a religious last name, mate.
Religious.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. Someone had set up the chair that the teacher sits on in front of the classroom, like hooked up to like the whiteboard, and had the whiteboard like very, very loosely. Like, it was the only thing supporting this giant ass whiteboard, and then like papers were thrown everywhere on the chair. Like, a couple of the wheels were taken off, so you'd have to be like, you're trying to move a wooden. Yeah, it was a booby trap basically. And I just remember like the entire class was watching this kid do it before the teacher comes in, and it's like a mix because we had some special needs people in this class as well, and it was just a mix of like. Instantly, right? Because you have some special needs in there, like half the class was that. You're like, all right, well, because I'm not that person, I'm probably going to be like one of the instant suspects. Like, I have a bad track record to begin with. I'm in this class, and I'm like, all right, well, I can't sit at the back, even though I want to avoid this guy's wrath when he yells and loses his shit. And I'm like sitting in like the middle. I'm like, this is a good spot to hide. I'm like, put my bag on my desk. I'm like, nah, that's obvious. And I'm not the one that's done this, for the record. In case people think it might be, it was not me. I've done some stuff, enough like that. And I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll get a book out. I had to act like I would write shit down before he even walked in. And I just, I can't remember what happened. I think he saw what it was. And so he just walked over to the chair and sort of like pulled it. And just the boom! It's just this like a whiteboard fall. And then he's like raised his voice as you yelling his ass off about like, who did this? And all this sort of shit. I'm just sitting there like, not even looking up, just writing like, crazy, like going peripheral, be like the kid that's done it is sitting like right in front of him, like acting like completely oblivious. And it was just absolute
That's
panic.
funny. I remember, like, I don't know why I did it. I remember one time, like, this teacher like dropped her phone, And we, you were in the computer room, so you obviously like computer chairs like on the wheels.
Mhm.
And I picked it up for her, like being nice, and I like went to go give it to her, like this. And as she went to grab it, I did this. I don't know why. I just like it was just instinctively, and she's just like, and she's literally fallen off her chair because she's gone to like, reach for it because I've done this,
Such a fucking smartass.
and then and she was a big girl, right? And she just, I was just like, oh my god, are you okay? I'm so sorry. It was just like it was instinctive, like, nah, you can't have it. You can't have it.
You played
Jesus,
a
mate.
dangerous game.
You're mean.
Yeah, it was the same teacher that caught me out for plagiarizing American Sniper. Well, the movie just came out, and I was like, surely she hasn't seen this. Like, just came
What did you
out.
plagiarize it for? What was the
I just
assignment?
couldn't be. It was just like we just had to write a story. I couldn't be fucking writing it.
You wrote
So
American
I
Sniper.
was literally just like writing like a brief outline of American Sniper. And I gave her the draft. I remember her just saying, Daniel, this sounds like American Sniper. And I was like, yeah, sorry, miss, go to the toilet. I just walked out. I got back and everyone's like, oh, fucking hired. She's not happy. I was like, oh, fuck. And I had to change the whole.
I like the idea of you writing it. You're like, Bradley Cooper stares through the scope. And she's like, I think I know where this is from.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Oh, fuck, I actually haven't seen that movie, eh?
It's pretty good.
You don't need to.
Yeah,
It's
thanks.
alright. Nothing special.
Yeah, fair.
He shoots some people.
You know what? Not surprised. Not surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I legit want to talk to you boys. Like, bad movies. Do you guys actually enjoy them? Like, I'm talking like bad movies.
Bad.
Describe
movies.
bad.
I generally don't watch bad movies.
Because my idea of a bad movie
Mm.
is an average film. Something that just sort of like just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And a bad film.
No, I'm talking like
I find satire within it.
Yeah.
I laugh at terrible acting. I laugh at bad shots.
yeah.
But something like the worst thing for me is a film that bores me.
Yeah, 100%. I
Mm.
mean, like to
Yeah.
me, that is a bad film, but it's not classified as a bad film. Like that's like you say, an average film. Like I consider that average film. I'm not gonna sit there and watch an average film.
Because it's one of those films where the writing's okay,
Yeah.
dialogue's okay, or that's part of the writing, I guess. The camera shit, like, no, there's no mistakes in the
It's
camera.
just
or
like eating
continuity,
all-grain
but-
for dinner, man. Like
Yeah,
you ain't gonna do it. You could do it, but you ain't gonna.
Yeah.
Normally, it's not the story for me. Normally, it's just
Yeah.
some like drama that I had no attachment to, or any romance film ever.
Well, usually I'll pick a movie
The
that.
brief on Netflix, mate. Lock it in, Huddy. I'll get back to you.
Usually I don't like. I'll pick something that's meant to be good. Like we all want to watch Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah.
Okay, we're expecting that to be pretty good, but that was just dog shit.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I'd consider that an average movie.
Yeah, I guess.
Where like, I mean, actually no, I'd say above average. Like it was entertaining, but only in a very formulaic way, I guess.
Its prequel did better. The film before itself.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what disappoints you about Wonder Woman.
When
Yeah.
you say like bad movie, talking about like just low budget.
I'm saying like just like dog shit, but like you find it funny because it's so shit.
Any train wreck.
Like, do you get entertainment out of that? Because
Well,
I fucking live for it.
I only get entertainment out of it when I'm watching it with like you guys or somebody else.
Yeah,
Because then we
fair.
can laugh together. Otherwise, I wouldn't laugh.
All right,
Like,
yeah, fair.
I'll just sit there like when we watched Kung Pao.
That was a good film. That was a good film. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh shit! I can't believe that was a movie. That is unreal.
I can't believe you guys hadn't seen it.
I can't believe I haven't seen it either, man.
I
Like,
thought it was
that's-
ancient.
yeah, like that thing is unreal. Like I remember seeing it at fucking Video Easy or whatever, like all the time. I'm like, yeah, it looks alright. It looks a bit stupid, and I was 10. Like,
I will say, I don't actively seek bad films unless I'm
Yeah.
with people. But if I
Yeah.
come across something that someone's like, oh, this is bad, or if it kind of looks bad, so if I'm in the right mood, so I'm like, okay, let's put on this comedy that isn't a comedy. And I'm just going to laugh through it and stuff. Like, I find it with TV show episodes. I'm like, oh, this is dog shit, but like, I find it hilarious on my own, then I will show it to people. Though.
yeah, like that episode of Criminal Minds with
Criminal Minds has multiple scenes
George
that just
Costanza.
Yeah, I feel like Criminal Minds sometimes forgot it was a TV show and tried to film like stuff, and it was
Yeah.
just hilarious. They just like fire at this car for 5 minutes. I'm like, you guys are all FBI agents. What are you doing?
That would be the dream to have a show like that, and just
We
like
just hit ears so popular.
do whatever you want.
Do what we feel like.
You know what? This episode we're gonna make George Costanza throw some paper menacingly.
Whoa!
That's
pretty close.
It's crazy, man. Like, I feel like
We have 48 hours to find them.
yeah. That's the thing. Like, I get a lot of entertainment out of that.
Yeah.
Yes, I like the theatrical.
Like, I watched some. I remember, was it Riverdale? I remember a friend of mine. I don't know why he suggested. He's like, that's pretty good. I was like, nah, can't be. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll take your recommendations. 15 seconds, I got into it. Saw the first line of the guy. Saw the first, like the first guy. I think, like whatever it was, like the first line of fucking dialogue. I was just like, nice as shit. I just turned it off.
It's dog shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't comment on it. I've never seen it, but the general consensus to me is it's just another teen drama.
I also watch a lot of dog shit TV shows, but
you definitely do. But you know what you like. That's the difference.
So I like the concept more than the show. Yeah. Like Arrow, like I love the concept of the Arrow, the Flash. I always watch the Flash. I just like the I like the characters.
Sounds like superhero shows, man.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
Yeah. What's your point? Shut up.
At the moment, I'm watching The Sopranos, and it's just.
Chef's
I can't believe I haven't watched it before.
I've heard of Beneath. I've heard Beneath is bad.
Thank you for your suggestions, Hudson. I've not heard of Beneath, but I will be watching it very shortly. Mate, I love dog shit, man. Like TV shows that are usually shit are a bit too shit for me, where they're like, because all of them just try too hard, and that's what gets me. And I'm like, nah, can't watch this. Like all those fucking dramas that you'd have like in the mid 2000s were just like, there was nothing that was good.
OC, 90210, all those.
Well, those are more like soapies. Like, I mean, soaps, they're always going to be kind of shit. Like, OC is probably the best soapy, and that's because most of the actors kind of knew what they were doing, like the main ones. But other than that, like, I don't know, man. Like most of those dramas, like even like the medical dramas and shit, like they all just go way too hard on the acting.
Here's what I don't get about medical dramas, and it does my fucking head in.
Watching boys, that's what the girls love.
Match, that's fine. They're not like, oh, you watch Grey's Anatomy? It's like, my God. Weird.
That would be a bit weird. That would be a bit weird.
Anyway, no. So, my roommate, housemate, whatever, she watches them. I think currently she's not watching a soapy on a fucking medical, which is great. But hearing the background, the boop, boop, because they're always in a room, I'm like, how have they not, just for the show's sake, season 1, they go, yep, we got a new model out of this heart rate monitor. Only beeps if you're near death. If you're in this healthy range of 80 to 90 BPM, you won't hear a noise out of it. Or you might hear, everything's all good.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Like it's hearing boop, boop, and the breath. I'm like, I am sick of hearing this for 40 minutes every fucking episode. And it's not even end. Twice a week it's relevant to the dude.
I can always hear, like, it's always like, I can visualize it now where they've just got that noise going, boop, boop, and it's just like behind like this woman and always just going, how long's he got? He just won't wake up. He's in a coma.
And then they drag it on. Like, I'm so sick of hearing it.
Doctor! And they all get up, the doctor's like, they're sitting there like this, like, Doctor! No, bro.
What is it? Arrested Development, who has the doctor who's way too literal.
Oh, yeah.
Like the ongoing skit, and it's like, I can't remember what accident happens because I haven't seen the show. I just watched a clip or whatever. But someone, they're like, he was in a really bad accident, and so someone's like, does it look like he's dead? And he's like, I'm afraid it does. and then they're just like all morning and shit. Like, can we go see him now? He's like, I mean, normally wouldn't, but okay. And they go to walk into the room, seeing this dead guy. And he's just like painted blue or some shit. And it was like, he's not dead. He's like, well, no, but he looks dead. It looks weird as shit.
Yeah, they've got a lot of jokes like that. Fucking Arrested Development. Now that's a good show.
I've never heard of it. I have to have a look.
Have you not?
Oh, really?
Dude, oh, mate.
Arrested.
There's a
seen it
show
much.
for you, mate. You watch it like 5 times over, and it just every time you watch it, there's more jokes that you just didn't realize.
The first few
It all ties
episodes are a
in
bit
weirdly.
rough to get through because you have to adjust yourself to its comedy.
I find the first
Is that-
episode's not bad. It's very formulaic, but after that, it gets a bit like, what is happening?
But I think that's where the humour shines.
Yeah.
Is what
So
is
it's like a
happening.
medical comedy, is it?
Nah,
No,
nah,
no,
not
no,
at
no,
all.
no, not at all. That's one moment. That's just them going to the hospital once.
Oh,
Yeah, Arrested Development is. Well, let's explain it better.
Well, it's a comedy where essentially it's about this family who are basically selfish bastards and stupid as fuck, a few of them, and they've just got way more money than sense. But what sort of happens is they're trying to sell this, I guess, like a village, like of houses that they're trying to, like land packages.
yeah.
And so the main guy, like essentially it's all on hold, and it's the main guy who's Jason Bateman is basically like living
He's
in
the
the
narrator.
display home. No, he's not the narrator.
I thought he does narrate.
Nah, Ron Howard's the narrator.
Well, he does his thoughts a lot, though, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
have
he tells
favourite
his thoughts all the time, yeah.
Yeah, that to me is like, I don't think he
But,
does that for any other character, does it?
No, he does. But, yeah, no, it's like, the premise of the show literally has nothing to, like, it's not the selling point of the show at all, like, I can't even tell you what the fucking show's about because it's quite literally like every episode's like slightly different and they just start talking about like
It's just a wacky.
There's a lot of arcs and yeah, like at one point like the main guy goes to hospital, goes to jail for fraud and like all that shit sort of happens. So
You know what show I really want to watch, but I just haven't been able to do it because I watched a couple of episodes and I found it funny. Trailer Park Boys.
oh yeah, that show's alright. Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys. The humor to me, I just like it. Like, there's a lot of subtle humor, like you're saying, that you notice it more and more. Like that guy never spills his drink ever.
Yeah.
And you know, like starts to be like, you know, he like will fall down like a couple of steps outside of his trailer and get back up, and it's just like fine. And you know, they'll be speeding down somewhere and he never loses it, or get into a fight, he'll be holding it, and it's still like
The first few seasons of it are pretty rough though.
I heard it took a while to find its feet.
Yeah, I think around season 3 was where I was like, oh yeah, this is alright. But
There's just one moment where like they actually crash their car and it like flips over multiple times. And then they all get out.
Gets out
He's
with
got
the
his drink in hand. He's got his can still fine or glass still fine. I'm like, this is comedy. It's like half full. Oh, but this is amazing.
not wasting it, mate. Oh, did you guys hear about that fucking fairy bread shit?
Berry bread, nah.
Hmm?
What? The kids going crazy over fairy bread?
No, they were trying to change the name. Right?
Did we talk about when they tried to change the name of Golden Gate Times?
No, but this is the same sort of thing, right? So,
Wait,
you know,
are you saying like, but it's like, are you talking about the like actual sandwich itself? Like,
yeah. So
fairy bread?
the fairy
Bread,
bread.
butter,
So
and
fairy bread.
hundreds of
Actually, I
calories.
should probably explain because a few of our viewers aren't Australian. Okay. So
We
fairy
talk about
bread,
hundreds
it's
of
it's
thousands.
bread, buttered, and then hundreds and thousands just sprinkled on top. That's all it is. And they call it fairy bread for some reason. Anyway,
It looks like something a fairy would have.
yeah. Just for a bit of, I guess,
Thanks.
preface, they were also trying to change the name of Golden Gay Time for a little bit, which was just like this one sort of
Ice
LGBT
cream.
activist
Ice cream.
was just
no.
trying to change it.
I'm
He
a
was an
big
ice
fan.
cream.
The top suggested name for Golden Gay Time, like out of polling, was Golden Homo Time. as an alternative name. And I'm like, that's the Australian spirit coming through.
Yeah.
Like, mate, we don't care. Like, I don't think anyone is like, oh, Golden Gay Time, I'm not going to order that because of what the
Nah,
name
man,
is.
they're unreal.
There is literally nothing wrong with the name. That's what I don't get. Like,
That's also, yeah.
Hmm.
It's
because wasn't gay usually referred to as fun?
Or
Like,
happy.
happy, a happy
Or
time. It's a happy time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
It's just the use of it, and that was the thing. Like most LGBTQ people didn't want to change it. It was just one activist was like, "I want to change it because whatever," and everyone was just like, "Nah, he's not with us," sort of thing. But,
the media picked it up and made it bigger than what the actual movement was because it was like, oh, let's look like we support LGBT even though we really don't.
Well, that's the thing, and like it was a whole thing, and then sort of coming off of that, like as soon as that sort of died down, this fairy bread shit started coming out, and someone wanted to change what fairy bread was, and all these news outlets were picking it up, and it was coming fucking like everyone was just trying to pick it up, and it was going like it was going huge. Everyone was doing polls and all that shit. What to change it to? Should it be changed? Fucking Australian Guardian, all that stuff are picking it up. Turns out it was just the chasers sending,
Oh, right.
sending
No,
an
I
email.
remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like sent an email to all their subscribers and was like, "Hey
I didn't
guys,
get the email. I'm subbed to them
post
and everything.
this."
I actually didn't get the email,
Yeah,
or it might have gone to my trash.
it was hilarious. They're like, "Post this, guys. I'm doing they did like a change.org form petition thing." And they're like, "All right, everyone just sign on and just share it and just see what happens. No comments." And everyone fucking picked it up.
That's fucking hilarious. But when you said change, I thought maybe just because like these younger generations, maybe they just had a different name for it.
Yeah, well, that was the sort of thing. They're like, fairy bread's a bit, it sounds like it's, a bit like, like a gay thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what they were playing at.
One of the things about that though is someone made a point. A few people were making a point on the post, on Chaser's post themselves, and they were fans of the Chaser, and they were like, "This is kind of like a funny prank, but like it's not technically a harmless prank."
Yeah.
Because it sort of bolsters the movement of things they are trying to change.
But I mean,
just sort of
chasers
like
were never really
fun.
harmless.
It's not the chasers like. I mean, it's their fault and not their fault, right? If anything, what they did is they showed that the media doesn't do its research ever.
Yeah.
And also will like not even like. Because I don't think there's a single article that came out that said this is stupid. There's no need. They were just like, people are fighting for this. And it's like, here, guys, here's your rage piece. Versus this constructed go. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. No one's really claimed why they're doing it. This is just what you can see here. Blah blah blah. So that was the only thing where they're like, oh, if we actually try and make changes, people, might think we're a bit of a laughing stock. I see that argument, but like I agree with you guys. I'm like, no, if I see something that like pops up, I like judge it myself. Like Golden Gate time doesn't need to be changed. Should the Allens, the Chicos, and that, which did get changed in the end, like,
that was pretty.
They had better reason to get changed.
Yeah, that was a bit,
No, I support this. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like Golden Gate time versus the Chicos is what I was making the point of like those were valid changes.
Did they end up changing Coon cheese?
I don't think they did. They? I don't think they did.
I still got Coon cheese in the fridge.
Yeah, well, because
buy as much as you can.
What's been packaged has been packaged, but no, they changed their name. Coon cheese. They're cheer. They're cheer.
The China, what a joke. Anyway, I was going to ask, did you watch Chasers in their prime days?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Fuck me, I was pretty young, but like I just remember like the shit they did with like the Prime Minister when they dressed up as the
how bad our security and shit.
They got away with way too much shit, bro.
Hilarious.
Well, they dressed up as what's his name? The terrorist guy. What was his name?
Oh yeah, Osama.
Yeah, Osama bin Laden, and then he just walked in there. Pretty sure they went to jail for that, didn't they?
They had leave trouble a few times because one of them they did that whole like it was like there was some cabinet meeting that's happening in Australia and then they drove up as like Switzerland or some shit with a car that had the small flags on it and they got like through like 4 levels of border security before anyone was like I think they turned away themselves because they were like no, this is like we're about to hit like federal crime and we can't like this will be years in prison and so they're like yeah mate, which one do you do Yui? And they're like, you can't. And then I think they were they have footage, so I could be completely wrong. But I think they were like, dude, like, we're the chasers. Like, we're not actually like, the fucking Swedish Parliament. Like, fucking, we're pulling a Yui. Like, get us out of here. Because it's like a whole, it's like the Barrett.
I want to go back and watch it. It's so like I remember it being so funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. You can't really do that shit anymore though.
You boys got any questions for the week, or was some of these your questions that you had in your head?
I was just like too busy. I haven't even had a chance to think today. Like, I'm fucked, man.
You've been doing fine without it.
I had one just a bit. It was a bit open ended. It was about
gender.
No, it was about like magic, sort of like what type of like fantasy type shit do you think is real? Like, do you think there's anything close to magic?
So you mean like what do you mean supernatural or do you mean like magic?
Yeah, supernatural and magic. Or do you think magic ever existed? Or do you think is there potentially magic in the world or supernatural?
Nah.
That's what
I mean, for me, I think it's a lot of like misunderstandings and things like that. Like, when people are like, "Oh yeah, he makes things disappear," like it could just been like, magicians now can make things disappear because they got sleight of hand, or like, witches, for example, like they were just doing shit like that. Realistically, anyone could have done.
Scientists before it became cool.
Yeah, it was. That's what I sort of feel it is. But I mean, I'm also a bit of a pessimist with that shit. So, I'm sure Jake's an optimist. He loves magic.
Yeah, well, I think it's a weird thing, but yeah, I like obviously like same with like the Bible or the Catholic system. Like at some point, as the stories get passed down and down, like at what point do they change and become
I find
skewed?
Yeah, when it comes to those stories stuff, I find those very interesting because when you look at religion, I look at it now as if like to believe in the stories of the Bible nowadays is a little stupid. Like, not to offend anyone, but it's kind of like
Go and say it again for us.
it had a purpose back in the day. Like to believe there's a higher power is one thing, right? But like at the time it made sense because when science couldn't explain, when science couldn't explain why it turned to night or day because it didn't know. Like that's a scary existence to be in, and someone to go, this thing does it, and they give it a name, like God or whatever. You're like, that's comfort. That's what you need to get on with your day to day. But then as we start to use science to understand it,
Yeah, I agree with you. Like the stories and shit, like, if you believe what's in that Bible,
and it was used to build a society in a world where laws didn't do anything because laws are just being punished by the people, by each other.
Also, it's off topic, but the Bible is kind of just more meant to explain like morals and that doing the right thing. Well, some stories. I'm pretty sure there's some pretty fucked up shit.
And then they add their own. Well, yeah, there is. But that's thing. But this actually leads on to what my question was. So when it comes to that supernatural stuff, I don't believe a lot of it. When I was younger, I started to believe. I believed in it a bit more, and even like as a young adult, there's still some supernatural freaky things I believed in. And then I started to realize that a lot of it's actually just your mental health. And trippy shit is almost always just some sort of auditory hallucination or a sound that you're not sure of, but then you make it something in your head, and then it becomes a whisper. What is actually just some wind blowing through a window or a screen weirdly, you turn into someone going, when it's probably just like you make it because you don't hear it properly.
Yeah.
But my question was, which actually really does play onto where you were. In my head, I had, say, like, religion is real, right? And then like God is real or a deity is real. Like, which religion do you want to be real?
Zeus, nah.
Right, you think Zeus, but then you realize that Zeus came down and killed motherfuckers for no reason, and he's like, I'm a fucking mum and your dog. Like that was Zeus. Zeus would just come down.
He fucked his daughters, his wives, fucking whatever, man.
The
whole family's
like Poseidon, would hate what we're doing to the seas right now.
Yeah.
The world would be thrown over.
Probably just like the Buddhist.
Percy Jackson would be dead.
Percy's dead straight away.
Probably like the Buddhist gods and shit, maybe.
See, it's funny that Western religion, like Christian or Catholicism, that they sound pretty good at the start because God is all forgiving. But then if he turns out to not forgive and you're in hell, you're stuck in a very bad place for a very long time. But the ultimate heaven's a great place to be. But I do feel like I'm just going for like some Buddhism or some shit.
Yeah, right. Oh, do Chinese have a religion? Is it Buddhist? Like, what do they have?
Yeah, they have like Taoism and stuff.
I thought you were about to say Maoism.
They're Buddhism, Catholicism, Taoism, Islam, and Protestantism. So they do a lot of Buddhism.
Some of them, like
they have their folk religion as well, which is like ancient religions.
That's more of a mythology now.
Yeah, that's all about dragons and.
But also, I don't really know enough about Buddhism. All I know is that they have like a fucking shit ton of gods just for like the same different type of shit.
The god of hunger.
Yeah, god of love and whatever. But
yeah, they got most of their shit in line. Like we'll cover all their bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're pretty good. Like they're pretty like chill gods. Like nothing. I mean, I'm sure they have that anger gods or whatever, but they're just their whole like religion's just chill. It's a bit excessive, but it's chill. All religions are excessive, but
I don't know. I don't think I know enough about any other religions. Like I don't even know enough about my own, man.
That's what's funny to me.
no
I don't
idea.
know much about religions at all, right? Which is kind of why I half
Yeah.
hesitate to have this question. But I just know for a fact that if God and shit is real, I don't want it to be ours. I don't want it to be the Western one. Because that sounds like we're in trouble.
Oh, I don't know, man. It's a bit all over.
Big question. Big question.
That is a tricky one, man.
And you know, like the whole thing about going to heaven and hell.
Yeah.
Like that sort of stuff only happens for humans on Judgment Day.
Hmm.
Like, so from correct, you actually spend your time in purgatory.
Yeah, right.
And then I think when the rapture happens is when he decides, all right, your souls are good, up to heaven. Your souls are bad, down you go.
But how many times does that happen? Is that just once?
Every day, mate.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think it hasn't happened yet. It's the whole point. Like one day the rapture's meant to come. That's part of the.
Yeah, every
ethos.
time I walk through fucking Rundle Mall, they keep telling me it's next week.
Rapture's coming.
I praise the Lord. Okay.
There is one guy in the Rundle Mall that is aggressively yelling.
Mate, he's full on.
That
He's very worried.
I love
I
watching.
don't know how he's able to do that every week. Like, how much is he paying to bus
I
there
know.
and be that?
I bet
I
you
love
it's not
watching people like walk around, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. I just walk like right next to him, and he just like, I'll just like put my shoulders out.
The first time I had
Start fight.
headphones in and I was vibing to like bootleg remixes, and I just thought like, I'm like, he's not really doing a show, like he's just talking. And then as I got close to him, I was like, this cunt's kind of loud. And then it was like, oh, he's looking at me, he's fucking yelling. I'm just like, I got music too loud right now.
Fuck those people, to be honest with you.
It was only just a dream. Banging music out.
Well, on the same, I guess, topic of religion or magic or whatever, what do you guys think of star signs? Do you believe in them?
Now, I'm glad you asked.
As a Virgo, I'm a big believer in star signs.
Oh, well, I'm a taco and I love them.
I haven't checked my daily horoscope. Let's see what I got.
For all the women viewers, I love my star signs.
Yep.
For all the male viewers, fuck the star signs.
Mm-hmm.
No, good save, man. Good save.
I believe it.
The girl stopped listening as soon as I called male viewers.
What a fucking joke! Like, if you fucking like believe, well, not believe it, but associate yourself around that culture, that fucking belief system, then you're just fucking stupid. Honestly, maybe not stupid.
I love it.
No, it's just one of those things where, like,
No, keep going, mate. You're doing great. Don't stop now.
No, I was gonna say, like, if you think you're a Leo, whatever the fuck it is, I don't even know the star signs.
Would you say a Leo?
You're a Leo.
Leo.
No, you're a Leo.
And you know how it gives you like the list of shit you are.
I'm a capsicum.
Yeah.
Capsicum. But the thing is, like, if you start believing that's what you are, then you'll start seeing yourself as those traits, if you know what I mean. So you only see yourself as those traits.
Yeah, but it's manifestation.
I think to me, like I read them sometimes. I'm like, well, fuck, like some of this is kind of accurate, but it's a lot of like you wanting it to be accurate in a way.
Yeah, but you can read every other one and be like, this is also accurate.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's when you start thinking, when you start really thinking about it, you're like, oh, okay, well.
I don't know, man. Look, like, I'm a sign that's often misunderstood, and it's not because I lack the ability to express, but because people don't accept my feelings as valid, true, or even relevant when opposed to reason.
Hey, check Libra real quick for me.
I'm Scorpion.
You're Scorpion. You're a Mortal Kombat character.
Show us your stinger, mate.
What'd you say, mate? Which one are you, Libra?
Yeah. Scales.
Ligma.
Yeah, I'm
the Ligma.
Says here your soulmate's a Virgo. How fitting is that? Tune into your heart chakra, Libra. Chatty Mercury and your coquettish planetary ruler Venus continue to roam through your haunted 8th house. What have I got? 8th house of witches, goblins, and vampires, and more importantly, your intimate unions. I'll go on to this website in a second.
No, stay here.
Highlighting everything from your energetic exchanges to your desire to fully merge with another mind, body, and soul.
Ooh.
He is single and looking for women, so this is so far spot on.
And I
Spot
believe
on.
in star signs.
Spot on. Both of these heavenly bodies will simultaneously oppose the moon via your stability-seeking second house of money, value systems, and sense of self-worth. He's not paying rent. He's got money. He's stable. Trust. He's investing. Private health insurance.
Private
Until
health.
recently, he was paying.
Not paying it for the last 2 months at very least.
Now, given that the moon will clash with Saturn in your romantic love sector,
Always.
some of you could be second guessing the value of a particular connection. Should you continue investing in this? And I think what a fitting horoscope and what a great way to end this episode as you announce your retirement as a host on Top Individuals.
Yeah, guys, I'm out. I'll see you later.
As we put in Salah permanently.
Nah, we should. I've been thinking about it. Not
You want
not
Salah
retiring, but not permanent. But like as a, we have him on every now and then, like a few little, gets his own little segment every week or something.
Salah deserves something, or to be semi-regular, something like that.
Yeah. I enjoy.
I did end up watching the episode, and I thought it was quite good.
Yeah. I think we should have him on.
We'll get him on.
I don't know, chat. What do you reckon?
Well, I want Salah's
Can
weather
reach
report.
out.
There's no one in chat.
As per usual. It's just Salah, and he's like, oh yeah.
It's
I
just
think
Salah, maybe Hudson's in there.
Salah's like, I don't know if I want to do this.
He's still contemplating.
Anyway, thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah, thank
you know where to find us. Alex is going to link everything.
Yeah, it's some point.
Alex is going to mute us and wrap up the show at the same time. He's not going to drag
Jake,
it
can
out.
you post the link to the Discord again?
Yeah, I should still have it copied.
Thank
Oh,
you
he's
very much.
good. He's
fast,
good.
he's
He
quick.
doesn't get paid enough for this job.
Well, neither do we, mate.
Yeah.
Don't get paid at all. So far, we have to split
Yeah.
$1. So that little dollar up there, we're splitting it.
How are we going to split that dollar? Guys, help out with the dollar.
Look, even the monkey's like, there it is.
Up here.
Oh, fuck. Nah, we'll be right. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Lots of love, and I'll cue the outro in about 1 second.
Just be done.
I'm just getting my.
I'm just done.
Get my thumbnail ready.
Look, it's very hard. Yeah, get your thumbnails, boys. Get your thumbnails.
Look, we can't do that. We're getting banned from YouTube, bro.
That's what I mean. It's funny. Alright, I'll end it. Thanks everybody, much appreciated. Here's some links for you as per usual if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, you're just staring at thanks for watching, so I will probably stop now. Thank you, lots of love.